Updated 22 September 2017, 16:25 AESTA Brisbane mother has recalled the moment that 3 generations of her family were nearly killed in a heat-and crash when a driver distracted by a mobile phone crossed into their lane. Earlier this week, Natalie Palander was stationary in her car, waiting to turn onto a main road at Yamundi on Queensland's Sunshine Coast. Ms. Palander's mother and boys aged 6 and 8 were in the car. She said her life flashed before her eyes as an oncoming car veered across the lane. "I could see a guy driving a car very, very fast, and he was on his phone. If he hadn't looked up at the time he did, we wouldn't be here. It was absolutely terrifying. I think if we had another tenth of a second we wouldn't be talking right now." She said there was no doubt that the driver was on his phone. "He looked up, and I saw the fear in his eyes also," she said. "I hope to goodness that he has learned a very serious lesson from that, and am surprised he didn't actually crash, because the turn he had to make in order to miss us was very severe." Ms. Palander estimated the driver was traveling about 100 kilometers per hour in an 80 kilometer zone. She said the incident was traumatic, and afterwards she was shaken to beyond measure. "My boys were crying and screaming, and my mom and I were holding hands and bawling, basically," she said. "It just goes to show that 1 second of a distraction from a phone or lack of concentration can end in absolute tragedy." What's the fix? Queensland's peak motoring body RACQ said, on average, more than 60 people were caught daily using their phone while driving. The organization's Joel Tucker said motorists rated texting and driving as the second most dangerous driving behavior behind drink driving. But at the same time, 1 in 10 admitted to holding a mobile phone while driving, he said. He said the contradictory, risky behavior made no sense. Ms. Palander was eager for more public awareness about the danger of using a mobile phone while driving. "We all use our phones. I just don't think people realize how much we look at them and how easily distracted we are by them. I'm so lucky that it didn't end in tragedy, but for so many others I'm sure that isn't the case." She was also in support of huge penalties for drivers caught driving and texting. But Mr. Tucker from RACQ said data showed that increased fines may not be the answer. "If people don't think they'll get caught, it doesn't matter if we strengthen rules and fines," he said. "Even if it was $1 million fine, if people don't think they can get caught, they're not going to obey." Awareness and reflection. The Brisbane mother detailed the incident on social media in the hope that the other driver would see the post and grasp how his actions had impacted others. "My mum is a mess. We can't even talk about it," she said. "I had to drive home from Noosa to Brisbane, and I tell you, that drive, I was quite cautious and quite nervous." Ms. Palander said since the close call she had reflected on the fragility of life and her unblemished 30-year driving history. "It's motivated me to be a whole lot more careful because I was minding my own business, and you can take every precaution and be as careful a driver as possible, but it just takes that one error, and it's all over for everybody," she said.